On June 16th, an Air India flight operating from Hong Kong to New Delhi was forced to return to its departure point after the flight crew reported a suspected technical malfunction during cruise. According to the Hindustan Times, the aircraft involved was a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner operated by Air India. The aircraft had departed Hong Kong en route to New Delhi, but initiated a turnaround shortly after the pilots identified a potential technical anomaly while airborne. As reported by Reuters, flight tracking data from AirNav radar indicated that the aircraft had reached a cruising altitude of 22,000 feet before beginning a descent. The aircraft is approximately 7 years old. The Dreamliner landed safely back in Hong Kong and is currently undergoing a thorough technical inspection. As of now, neither Air India nor Boeing has issued an official statement regarding the incident or provided details about the suspected malfunction. This marks the second incident involving Air India's Boeing 787 Dreamliner fleet in recent days. On June 12th, a catastrophic crash occurred involving Flight AI171 from Ahmedabad to London, which was also operated by a 787. American aerospace safety consultant Anthony Brickhouse said that one concerning sign from videos of the Air India aircraft before it crashed and exploded on June 12th in Ahmedabad was that the landing gear was down during flight, whereas normally it should have been retracted. If you didn't know what was happening, you'd think the plane was approaching the runway, Brickhouse said. Former British Airways pilot Alastair Rosenshine was also among several experts who shared with Sky News their observations upon first viewing the footage of the Air India accident, noting several irregularities. It's clear that the landing gear was down, and that's not right. It should have been retracted. It's not very clear, but it also seems the aircraft didn't have its flaps deployed for takeoff, he said. Rosenshine explained that flaps need to be correctly configured because they extend the shape of each wing and create crucial additional lift at low speeds, allowing the aircraft to take off and climb effectively. He added that, although this is just speculation, it could explain why the plane went down. The video isn't very clear, but the flap configuration looks wrong. The aircraft's altitude wasn't correct either, and it seemed to be descending instead of climbing. This seems to be an aerodynamic issue because the flaps may not have been set properly during takeoff, he reiterated. Authorities are investigating and considering possible causes of the crash. Boeing said it is aware of the initial reports and is working to gather more information. Engine manufacturer GE Aerospace also announced it will send a team to India to analyze cockpit data. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board said it will lead a team of investigators to India to assist with the investigation. The British Foreign Office also stated that officials are working with the Indian government to urgently verify details about the accident and support those affected. The Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, operating as Air India Flight AI171, was carrying 242 people and had taken off from the international airport in Ahmedabad on the afternoon of June 12th, heading to London. Just a few minutes later, the aircraft crashed into a residential dormitory near the airport. The aircraft exploded and broke into pieces that scattered across the crash site, while the tail section remained lodged in the building's rooftop. The accident killed more than 290 people, including both passengers on board and people on the ground. Police have asked relatives to provide DNA samples to help identify victims. Of the 230 passengers, 169 were Indian nationals, 53 were British, 7 Portuguese, and 1 Canadian. One British passenger reportedly survived. According to air traffic control at Ahmedabad Airport, the aircraft departed at 1:38 p.m. local time from runway 23. The aircraft transmitted a distress signal, but there was no further response. Flight Radar 24 also reported that it received the aircraft's final signal just seconds after takeoff. According to the Aviation Safety Network database, this is the first accident involving a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner. The aircraft type entered commercial service in 2011. The aircraft involved in this crash made its first flight in 2013 and was delivered to Air India in January 2014. The string of incidents involving Air India's fleet has sparked public concern over the airline's maintenance standards and pilot training protocols. Following the June 12th tragedy, there have been widespread calls for a complete overhaul of safety procedures, with many demanding accountability from the airline's leadership.